Okay, let's start off. Again, I will only release my slides only on this teaching. So do as much as possible to pay attention and also prepare your questions after this program. Because if you don't learn anything here today for another 1 hour, then it's of no waste of time. I don't know why you are on the platform. But I want to believe that we are all here for this purpose, to develop ourselves so that we can become an effective leader. Right. So yesterday we've done a lot on mindset. We're still going to touch on it because every of my messages and every of my speech or my programs is to remind us the foundation of everything, and that is mindset. Okay, let me open myself. You are all welcome, and I'm just going to start off from there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us today. It's a beautiful day that the Lord has made, and we will continue to rejoice in it. I believe that we are all ready so that we can learn from one another. So, but before then, let me express my gratitude to whom the honor deserves. Thank you so much for this great opportunity to share my inspiration and nugget of wisdom. I acknowledge and express my gratitude to Dr. Lonson Tom, the founder of Prestige Browser Consulting Firm PCCF and the organizer of this 10 days online diploma in leadership and management training, for collaborating also with Y.Y.C.I International UK for this program and this opportunity to share my own inspirational nugget of wisdom on leadership and management in this program. I also want to thank all our great leaders, the participants and the learners for your patience and willingness to want to learn and get better in your profession as a leader. So thank you once again for our co-trainers, as I am also a learner and I'm learning every day, because learning is lifelong and learning from your valuable knowledge. So I'm going to, before I start, may I quickly just make, okay, let's put it this way. Okay, sir. So Dr. Lonson, you can admit everyone in while I focus on my teaching today. Okay, so here I am, Dr. Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu, the bachelor degree holder of Business and Management at University of Northampton, UK, founder and director of Y.Y.C.I International Limited, also the founder of Y.Y.C.I Academy and Y.Y.C.I YLEN and Y.Y.C.I Publication, Y.Y.C.I Transformational Leaders Conference, Elizabeth Creations, Talkmans Limited, and many, many more. And I sit in the board of advisory and trustee and directors of more than 150 organizations globally. I'm also an award-winning author of a book called Yes, You Can, and many, many books. I'm an inspirational and transformational speaker, youth mentor, and global advisor. I have been honorary professor, doctorate of philosophy in counseling, humanity, and peacekeeper in various institutions and organizations, and also the certified mentor, diploma in leadership and management. And my background will always start with administration and personal secretary to many directors of big firms in various industries, as well as becoming a director myself of my own organization. So let me just ask you one question today. How have you increased your skills, your knowledge, your ability, or income in the past few months? Do you really expect to be successful given how you are using most of your time now and your resources and even your skills, gifts, and talents? Do you realize that you need a good change in any of area to succeed in business, relationship, leaders, and even in your finance and life? Are you spending time with people who can enhance and enrich your life? And do you have a mentor? Because without the mentor, you are going to be struggling in life. And coach that will lead you to the next level. Okay. So, and I've written so many books together with some of my great leaders in Y.Y.C.I International. And these are the books, and all the books can be are available at www.amazon.co.uk, www.amazon.com, YYCIinternational.com, YYCI International by Elizabeth.com, elizabethcreations.co.uk. And you can also join us and subscribe to YYCI International YYCI.tv at YouTube channel and also on Facebook. So these are all our books. Become a life learner. If you're going to be a leader, become a life learner and keep reading. Right, we have so many modules for the next 9 days, and these are a few of the modules that I will be sharing with you. Remember, I said yesterday, I might not be the full-time teacher or lecturer, but I'm an inspirational leader, I'm an aspirational speaker, and also an advisor and a mentor. So that gives me the authority or the permission for me to be able to speak on this occasion. A wise man once said that the man plays a very important role in the lives of an individual. I look at this word of the wise man and I saw a very big truth in it. Because why? The mind is what man makes up a man. It determines his view about life, how he lives his lives, how he treats others around him, and the decision he takes concerning his life, and what he gives out to the society. In clear terms, the mind is the epicenter that determines every activities and action a man takes. The state of your mindset will determine what you see. You can see obstacles or you can see opportunities, fear or faith, or even ignorance or gain knowledge, failure or success, weakness or strength, threats or opportunities, and negative or positive by Elizabeth. So it determines the state of your mindset. Wisdom is the principal thing. And in all our getting, we get understanding, because better understanding of life will lead you to better and quality performance and fulfill in life. And that is why we are starting this morning with the personal development. Wisdom builds, wisdom teaches, wisdom expands, and understand implements. So when you are here listening attentively to learn from what we're teaching today, and then you reasoning and you get a better understanding of it, then you need to apply wisdom or take action. You need to know the right action to take and also to apply these principles into your life. To summarize what we've learned yesterday, I said, develop your response capacity as a leader. You have to bring a leader that's in you. You need to bring it out. Leaders are those with listening ears, heart, and mind. We can be a leader of ourselves to become leader of others. And that is where we are focusing today on personal development. Connect and network with other leaders. Don't isolate yourself, because a tree cannot be a forest and you cannot be an island. Partner and collaborate with other leaders, but make sure you connect and partner with the right people. Learners, greatest thing is power. Attract and build followers to become leaders. Don't be carried away with thousands and thousands of leaders or followers, but be the champion, the pioneer of goodness, of greatness, and always, always find a way to attract and influence and impart into your followers so that they too can become a leader. Stop, think, and react in every information that you gathered. Attractive leaders need to be developed. Yes, I said yesterday, we were all leaders. There's leaders in us, but the ones that is effective is when you now develop it and become an effective leader. Identify, control, and manage your emotions, because it's very important. You are not representing only yourself, you are representing the whole world. So that is why people watch you, they observe you more than what you say. So identify your emotions, control it, and manage it. Start being proactive as a leader in any group you find yourself, including organization. Even when they appoint you to be their director, to be the ambassador, to be their leader, always be committed and take responsibility of your status. Okay, remember I said this, and this is the truth. 4 elements of the truth. Ignorance. I won't elaborate it because I think I did yesterday. But if you have any questions on these 4 elements, you can ask me at the end of the topic, at the end of this lesson today. Ignorance, lack of understanding, lack of vision, unknown of our identity of who we are and our purpose. And I think that is the most important thing why we are here today. Ignorance is very costly. Ignorance kills. And lack of understanding. If you don't understand the life, you don't understand the world, you don't understand the system, then you cannot belong and you cannot proactive. And you don't even, when you don't understand, that is the way we fall out into negativity and believe that there is no hope. But on better understanding, bring peace of mind in you as well. And also you can promote peace among others. Lack of vision. The Bible says the man perish because of lack of vision. I mean, you have to know where you are going. You have to stream. You have to see yourself. Where do you want to be? What do you want to achieve in the next 30 to 40 years? It's a long-term process, but you have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you go nowhere. If you don't have a vision, you don't even know your own leadership skills. You don't know who you are. So you need to have a vision. It's a strategies of life. It's a blueprint of what you are working on. and it will take you. It's a guidance where you know your vision. Unknown of our identity, that is very common. That is why we put ourselves down. That is why we find ourselves in a group that's doing nothing but causing trouble. That is where you find people abusing us, controlling us, manipulating our mind, and lying to us, denying us of denying us of our rights, because we don't know our attitude, we don't know our identity, we don't know who we are, and we don't even know our purpose. These are the things that we want to discuss on this masterclass today. And I believe you will sit down attentively, listening and reasoning and thinking critically so that your life will be better as a leader in the world. Okay. Curiosity will keep you thirsty for more. And no matter your level of education, whether you have first degree, or you have master's, or you have a doctorate degree, no matter all this, you should never stop learning. Nobody arrived because we are not perfect, because we don't know it all. There are still many things that you need to learn, skills that you need to develop. Ideas will come when you keep learning. You can become an innovator when you keep learning. You can be a researcher and research for the new solution to a problem in the world if you keep learning. Because you know why? You are here for only one purpose, and that purpose is to solve somebody else's problem, to answer questions. So that is why you need to keep learning. And Y.Y.C.I Mama said, and I quote, "A thirst for knowledge is something that can never be quenched and should be a lifelong quest." So discover what you are capable of as a leader. Keep yourself in a growth mindset and keep learning. All our dreams can come through if we have the courage to pursue them. It's one thing to dream. And by the way, can I let you know, when you dream, dream big. If the dream you are dreaming is too small or it doesn't scare you, you need to dream again, because greatness is in you and you are special and you have the solution to somebody's problem. And that quote I just quote is by Walt Disney. So if you change your mindset and you change your life, anything and anyone around you will change. We have to take responsibility of that. Instead of sitting down, wasting our time, lamenting, complaining, blaming, judging, we can do ourselves a good thing by changing our mindset and also change our lives. And you will see that as you continue to do that, you are influencing others in a good way. And they are learning from you. And some of them are following you. Some of them follows you because they want to learn from you, not only to gain or to collect or to receive from you. So what do you want to give to the world? And that is why today's topic is very important on personal development. Everything in life requires hard work, dedication, commitment, sacrifice, investment, honesty, integrity, and gratitude. Integrity. So let's move on. Like I said yesterday as well, leadership formula: E plus R is equal to O. Event. I don't want to elaborate it much today because we have a lot to discuss. Event could be challenges, could be what surrounds you, could be it could be adversity, could be circumstances, could be situations. But first thing I want you to know, no condition is permanent. When you have them at the right of your mind, you will know that whatever you are going through, whatever you are seeing, wherever you find yourself, it's just for a moment. It is not permanent. But the respond is what makes you a leader. How you respond to that event, how you respond to that situation, how you respond to that problem, how you respond to the problem of others, or the problems in the world, makes you a leader. How you respond as well makes it to you to overcome and everyone around you to overcome. So for leaders to lead, to direct, to manage people, we need to know how to relate with them. But it does have to start from you yourself. Okay, so our topic today is self-leadership and personal development. Self-leadership is you need to lead yourself first. You need to lead and control and manage yourself first. You need to control what goes into your mindset. You need to guide your mind. You need to develop yourself. Once you can do that, then you are ready to lead the world. You develop yourself, you lead and manage yourself, and then you manage your own family, if you have one, your own children. And then once you do that, then you'll be able to lead the world. If you cannot lead yourself, what do you want to do? What do you want to create? How do you want to lead others when you yourself cannot even control yourself and manage yourself? So that's how important it is for this self-development and personal development in our leadership. 4 strategies of life in personal development. May I quickly ask this question? Are you writing down something? Because you cannot grab everything within this time. So you need to have your note and your pen, or even your computer or your laptop or your iPad, and jot down few things that you think is reasonable, that you can learn and apply. 4 strategies of life in personal development is to discover, recognize, develop, celebrate, and engage with one another. What do I mean by discover? You discover who you are. You discover yourself. You discover your gifts. Because your gift will make room for you if you discover it, develop it, and also demonstrate it in the world. I'm sure when there is time for World Cup, majority of us, we glue to our TV if we cannot travel to where they're doing it. And then we want to watch. We are investing our time, our money to want to watch somebody demonstrating their own gift. But do you know that everybody in this world have a gift in them? So if you don't discover your ability, you cannot develop it. You cannot grow it. If you don't discover the leadership in you, you cannot go any further. And you cannot even demonstrate your leadership. So recognize. You need to recognize as well your ability, your capability, what you have in your hands, where you are right now, your surroundings, the opportunities. Because some people will think if they don't move from one place to another, they cannot be successful. No, you can be successful and become a great leader where you are in your locality. It just depends on what you discover and what you recognize. Develop, like I said, develop your skills, develop your gifts, develop your talent, develop who you are. Because if you can develop who you are, you become better. No one is perfect. But if you keep developing yourself, if you keep developing your skills, if you keep developing who you are, then you will see how far you can go. Celebrate yourself. You are unique. You are special. You are wonderfully made, created by God, the universe. You have the eye on God on you. You can do it. You can achieve it. You can be successful. So celebrate yourself of who you are. But you need to know who you are. And that's one we're going to talk about it on this program. Then engage with others. You need to shine your light. You need to shine. You need to express yourself. You need to share what you have. You need to give what you have. You need to share with others. You need to work together with people as a leader. You are not an island. You cannot be alone yourself. Because if you think that you've arrived and you are on top, when you fall flat, you will not get the right support and you will not be learning from others. So engage with others. Let's move on. Remember also, transforming your leadership and personal development is a process. It's not microwave. It's not overnight. So you need patience. You need time. And you need to be praying and be persistent because it is lifelong and you can never stop. How can you just consider yourself as a leader? I've said it yesterday. I just want to remind you again. Your action is your leadership. Remember, I said it right from the beginning that there's an event, but your response to it will make you overcome and others surround you to overcome, to achieve, and also to become. So your action is your leadership. Attitude. You need to check out your attitude because your attitude is your attitude. Your attitude will maintain you, will sustain you. Let me say this. My pastor always said it many years ago. He said, your talent, your gift, your career, your degree, no matter, even if you are having the highest in education and you become an educator or academician or a philosopher, everything you gain, you acquire with your knowledge will take you there. But guess what? What will maintain you and sustain you where you are going? It's your attitude. So you need to check that one out. Your character, your attitude, your behavior with people will either draw people to you or scare them away. Your attitude will let them trust you. Your attitude, it will put into your action. When you speak, they want to see what you are becoming or what you are demonstrating. So it's not only when you speak, it's not only when you verbalize, it's about action taking. I'm going to be teaching on early years education very soon on another platform. And one of the things that we all learning is that apart from you speaking to your children, do you know that they learn fast through your action? And as a leader as well, they observe you. Your followers observe you. Your team members observe you. They watch you. So your attitude, your action, your behavior, we need to work on it. All of us, including myself, because I'm growing every day, because I'm not perfect. And be in a high confidence and be brave as a leader. Once you start discovering yourself and developing yourself, you will see amount of the level of confidence that you will have out there. You will be free. You will be happy and be willing to express yourself. You will have that freedom when you develop yourself. So now let's move on. So the first thing I'm going to just teach you quickly on ABCD of developing yourself or putting yourself, preposition yourself in the society. Self-acceptance. You need to accept yourself. One of the major ways to control your mindset is through self-acceptance. Who are you? You have a greatness in you. Accept who you are. Accept your gender. Accept your color. Accept your lives, your lifestyle. Accept what you are doing and who you are becoming. If you do not accept yourself, you will definitely have a low self-image, low self-esteem, because you will be looking at others, trying to compare, trying to compete, and even trying to copy. If you don't accept yourself, you put yourself down. You feel insecure. If you don't accept yourself, you will see that you allow others to put you down, to disrespect you and dishonor you. Accept who you are. But how can you accept who you are if you don't know who you are? So you need to know who you are, your identity, and accept and appreciate yourself. On the other hand, if you accept yourself, your self-image will be positive and your self-esteem will increase, and even your confidence will rise. B, appreciate yourself. There's this wise saying that encourages us to treat ourselves the way we would treat a guest. Sometimes we forget that. We deny ourselves for goodness, but then we treat others like they are angels. You are also an angel. So if you are going to be a great leader, you need to appreciate yourself, who you are. This means you should always take out time to appreciate yourself in a special way, despite the mistakes you feel you have done or shortcomings you see in yourself. Accept and appreciate you. Even if you fail, appreciate yourself. Even when you make mistakes, appreciate yourself. When you fail, look at it this way, that at least you make an attempt. There are billions of people out there that didn't want to. They are afraid to come out of their comfort zone. They are afraid to make an attempt. But you did. So appreciate yourself. You are special. This is a mindset that allows you to feel self-love. Love yourself. When you love others, you love God, but love yourself. What I would say is that you need to love yourself, because what you have is what you will give. What you are is how you will influence others. So appreciate yourself and treat yourself well. One of the things that you still need to do as well, take care of your health, take care of your life. If your lifestyle is not resonating with you as a leader, change it, because you have the power in you. You have the power to change. You have the power to transform. You have the power to guide your mind and your mindset. You have the power to choose the association you want to belong to. You have the power to read, to control. You have the remote control in your hands. These are all the things that we said yesterday. Determine your thoughts. You have to determine the thoughts that goes through your mind. Positive thoughts have good effects in your life, while negative thoughts are destructive in nature. That's obvious. That is why I always say, shift your mindset. It is the fact that thing is happening. It is the fact that negativity surrounds us. It's a fact that the challenges are rising. It's a fact that things are not the way we expect it to be. But don't stay in the negativity. It can only destroy you, discourage you, deny you, and even stop you. Always try to command your mind to stop anytime you are thinking about something negative. It's all down to your mindset. So if you're going to be a great, effective leader, these are the things that you need to do. You need to renew, shift your mindset to positive. When you shift your mindset to positive, then you will not be among the system. Some people, well, the only thing they want to do is to join the crowd. But you are not for crowd. You need to rise. You need to stand out. You need to be distinguished. You'll be surprised that in a place, it could be country or organization, you'll be surprised that where you see some leaders doing the right thing, some other leaders are laid back and doing their own thing. When you see some leaders trying to move away from communalism, some leaders will stick to the system they've already known. It's all down to their system. It's all down to their mindset. Let me say this quickly to everyone that is working, and even the employers. Even the entrepreneurs. The solution you bring to the world, the solution you bring to the system, the solution you bring to the organization is what's worth what they are paying you. And that is why you can see the differences between the person that is the leader, director, manager. They pay them well because of the solution they are bringing to the table. So as a leader, that is what you need to be aiming at. So this is an active way of getting control of your mindset as a leader. D, share your thoughts with a trusted person. Know who you are sharing your ideas, your visions with. You need a new perspective of your thoughts. Sometimes you can achieve this by confiding in someone that you trust, that can believe in you. That is why mentors comes in. So that's why you need to have a mentor. This could be your parents, it could be your counselors or coach or a mentor or even your pastor or even your partner. They can give you a new view of the negative thoughts you are having or struggling with. They can help you to shift your mindset. They can help you to see the other side of you. I remember when I first came to this country, UK, who first spoke to me was my pastor, sat me down. I was still thinking, oh, I'm not educated. I don't have any degree. I don't have any school cert. I don't have, so I gave him 100 and whatever reasons why I can't succeed. But he helped me to shift my mindset and said to me, Elizabeth, you can do it because greatness is you. The degree is not enough for you to win. And it's not even matter. Yes, you go to university, you go to secondary school, you gain knowledge. It's part of life. But we have to think outside the box. And he was the first person to tell me here in UK many years ago that greatness is you. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for average. And don't settle for second best. And that is why you can see me after more than 30 years. I'm keeping learning. I'm learning every day. I'm getting better every day. This is not how I was 35 years ago when I first came to this country. But look at mine, and I'm still learning. So you need to have a trusted person you can share. You need to have a mentor. So this new perspective helps you to control your mindset in future for your own benefit. Okay, now I'm moving higher. The time is really running fast, so please bear with me. Principles of discovery, awareness. Like I said, we need to break that barrier of ignorance. We need to understand lives better. So awareness. You need to be aware of what is going on around you. You need to be aware of the informations that you need to grow yourself, to make yourself better. Responsibility, please. If it's possible, let us make up our mind as a leader to stop blaming others. Blaming others have already started right from the creation of this earth. When they asked Adam, where are you? Oh, and then he said, oh, it's my wife. It's Eve that made me to do it. So we've already have that habit right from the, but we can break free from it. We blame our parents, we blame our leaders, we blame the system, we blame the school teachers, we blame the government. What about you? Are you perfect? Are you? Instead of you to see and take responsibility of yourself, take responsibility of your capacity, what you can do to contribute to the society as a leader. Self-belief, you need to believe in yourself. That as a leader, you have greatness in you. You have everything that you need to demonstrate and activate your leadership. Blame-free, solution-focused. Maybe we need to shift. Instead of us complaining, lamenting, blaming, maybe we need to shift our focus to solution-driven. What solution can I bring to this problem? How can I impact into other people's lives? How can I touch life? How can I influence? How can I make a change? Then challenge. Don't run away from challenge as a leader. But that is why you are a leader, to solve problem, to face challenge, to bring solution of how we can overcome that challenge. When you overcome it, you automatically lift your, promote yourself. You have promoted yourself in that. And you can teach others how to overcome. So you need to face it, deal with it, assess it, and bring solution to it. Take action. Your actions matters. Like I always say, yeah, it's good for you to talk, to speak, to go to every platform, every organization and speak, express yourself. But what about you taking action? Because action speaks louder than voice. Before you open your mouth, they are seeing you through. They are seeing you far away. I remember many years ago when somebody, just contacted me and said, he's been observing me for more than 10 years. Wow. I never knew. I just carry on enjoying what I'm doing, reaching out to people, inspiring them, empowering them, mentoring them, sacrificing my time. Then celebrate, like I said, celebrate, recognize, develop, and engage. I've mentioned that earlier. Okay. So when we talk about personal development, we are focusing on social life, managing emotions, spiritual lifestyle, your faith, your belief, your mental, how you are reading, your studying, your research, and also how you can take care of your mental status. Then physical, your health and your well-being. So these are the things that we come under personal development as a leader, that you need to develop yourself. Personal development. So growth, social growth is to improve your communication skills. I remember one of my mentors, Les Brown, he says, develop your communication skills, because when you open your mouth, the world will hear from you. So develop how you communicate. Develop your communication skills. There are so many theories, courses, programs out there. Make them available to you and read and study. Develop your communication skills. How you communicate with others matters. It's either you draw people to you or you let them go. It's either you kill their souls or you lift them up. We have so many communication skills. So it's not only just coming here to study. You need to study more, develop your communication skills. And active listening, like you are listening now, because you are learning from me. You are learning and you are reasoning. You are thinking critically. Because if you don't listen, you can't understand. And if you don't understand, you can't implement or apply. So active listening and speakers will promote relationship. If you are a leader, be ready to open up, to open yourself, make yourself available, flexible, approachable, and listen attentively when they come to you with their concerns. So active listening and speaker will promote relationship, friendship, live in harmony, and perform well and give satisfaction. If you don't listen attentively, how do you want to comprehend the problem that you want to solve as a leader? Emotional growth is about developing and managing of your feelings and how we react to situations. Remember, I said right from the beginning that how you respond to situation, how you respond to that event, how you respond to that challenges, how you respond to people with their behavior, because you can't change people. You can only change yourself. So how you respond to their critics, their opinions, that judgmentally matters. So how do you control your emotions when they speak to you harshly? How do you respond when you see a situation as a leader? How? Because if you put your emotion first above your leadership, you will fail. Because you are telling the other people, your followers, your team members, that you are weak and you cannot lead them. Leaders are leaders. Leaders are drivers. They drive us. You drive people. They trust you to be the driver. So whatever you do is what they will believe and have faith in you and trust you. So if you react negatively, if you react harshly, if you react badly, then you are not helping your followers or the members of your team. This can help to overcome challenges and expressing our emotion effectively, because we are still human, but how you manage it matters. To be patient and be open, knowing and showing your followers, those working under you, your team members, showing them that you are also human and you have the right to make mistakes. You can fail. Showing them that you are a human being and you are not perfect. And you are also continuously developing yourself as a leader. So you need to open to them. Sometimes some of us want to behave as if we are mighty God. We are, oh yes. But really, we need to humble ourselves as a leader to learn from others. Okay, tolerance and understanding yourself, understanding others and the situation. We will be talking more on that later if there is still time. Then spiritual growth, such as faith, culture, beliefs, and experiences, practicing a religion or meditating regularly, or improving the spiritual health, is to connect yourself with holistic level. Build your relationship with God Almighty, because He's the one that created the heaven and the earth, and He knows it all. Is the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Is the Alpha and the Omega. So that's why you need to put your trust in him and build your relationship with him so that he'll be able to guide you. He sees the end from the beginning. So build your relationship with your creator and find your inner peace. If you don't have peace, how do you want to give peace to others? How do you want to make peace with others? How do you want to be a peacemaker, peacekeeper, peace builder? Know who you are and your purpose. All this can help to manage stress and build confidence in ourselves and even in our ability. And this can reduce the mental health problem. And it can also reduce depression. It can reduce stress. It can reduce worrying when we focus on our spiritual growth. Because we are not alone. Because we are not perfect. Because we can still trust God, the universe. So you need to get closer, and read more about yourself in God. Who are you in God? In Christ Jesus. Who are you in your own religion or whoever you serve? The mental growth, like I said, focuses on the development of your mind. Here we go, mindset again. You see how mindset is very important. You see how mindset is everything. Because you develop your mind by thinking, by learning, by researching, by observing, improving your mental aptitude. You keep learning, you keep searching and observing. You never stop. Then physical growth. Physical growth is about taking care of your body. Health is wealth. It is when you are healthy that you can progress. It is when you are healthy that you can overcome. It is when you are healthy that you can enjoy the wealth that you have created. So body is very important that we focus what is going on inside. Build it up. Healthy body facilitates effective brain functioning. Oh, yes. So always remember that. If your body is right, then your mental status will be right. And then your brain will work. Because there's information that is transforming, information that is traveling from every part of your body going to your brain. Then eating nutrition. What are you eating? What are you putting in your hand? Are you just eating junk food? Remember, I said you are great. You are great and you have greatness in you and you are special. And you have to appreciate yourself. So one of the things that you can appreciate yourself is watch what you eat and drink. Watch it and exercise daily and have an adequate sleep. I don't know about that, but it's very important. Hey, so who you are, define your purpose, just as Dr. Julie Connell stated. A personal purpose statement defines who you are. It reflects your passion and value. It provides clarity as you set goals. Purpose is the reason for which something is done or created, or which something exists, and intends to do something or attend to a task or an assignment given. Time can pass, but your purpose will be there forever. So another word for purpose is your aim, your desire, your dreams, your design, your goals, and intention. But purpose is definitely above all this list. Okay, we are moving to another section. This is your time, my brothers and sisters, to achieve as a leader, to become, to give birth, to receive, to perform, and to celebrate who you are. And yes, you can. Elizabeth Lucas. Now the next session is know what is your why? Why are you on earth? Why are you living? Why are you doing what you want to do? Why do you want to become an effective leader? There must be a reason. Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Why do you want to succeed in life? Why do you want to make it? You need to know your why. Knowing your why is the beginning of your transformation that will help you to set and appropriate goals. So what is your why? Why are you in this program today? Why are you sitting down attentively, listening and learning? Why? So your why, few important questions to ask yourself, which I'm just going to quickly guide you through. Who am I? What is my purpose on earth? Why am I created? What is my strength and my weakness? Why am I here? What do I dislike or like? To kickstart, you need to feed your mind with a big why. Why do you want to do that business? Why do you want to do that career? Why are you choosing that career? Why do you want to become? Why do you want to succeed? Why do you want to move to another level? Why do you want to be a leader? Yes, you are a leader, but why do you want to grow your leadership? So the big why, and start growing your mindset for transformation. So once you know your why, then you need to work on your mindset. You need to know your why. Okay. Knowing your why is the beginning of your transformation that will help you to set and appropriate goals, like I've said. So your daily questions for you as a leader, you can start all over again, or you can just use these questions to enhance your leadership because it's very important. And one of my ambassadors has written something that I really want to share with you quickly before we move on. So the 4 different types of person found in the grave are persons who failed to ask themselves the following questions as a leader. Knowing your why will encourage you not to quit, not to lose hope, not to give up, but encourages you to press on, move forward, progress, and achieve your goals in spite of adversity, challenges, situations, and circumstances beyond our control. Elizabeth Lucas Afolani. Okay, let me run you through. I want you to listen attentively and reason with this. And also, I believe that you want transformation in your leadership. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. I will just guide you through. Who am I? Question of identity. Remember, I said right from the beginning. One of the questions you need to ask yourself as you journey through life and as a leader is who you are. These singular questions would have saved many persons from making great mistakes in life. The first set of persons found in the grave are people who don't know themselves. They lived a life of no identity, followed the crowd, acted on people's opinion, lived by a bandwagons. At the end, they lost themselves. Many persons are living other person's life, living a life defined by others. Asking yourself this question will save you from being a person living without an identity. Who are you? The second question is this: what am I for? What's my purpose on earth? The second set of persons that can be found in the grave are people that lack purpose, people that don't understand what they are in life for. They just live their life without direction, without purpose, without vision. Remember, I mentioned it right from the beginning. Without plans. They take life as it comes. They don't understand its purpose. Hence, They made so many mistakes in lifestyle. A wise man said that when a purpose is unknown, abuse becomes inevitable. I want to say to you, young ones, know who you are. Don't let anybody manipulate your mind. Don't let anybody control you. Don't let anybody gives you all these drugs illicit for you to work for them. Don't ever let that, because you have greatness in you. You need to stand on your ground. You need to stand firm. Know who you are matters, your identity, your purpose. So when they come with their own stupidity, always make it and say, no, no to drugs, no to abuse. When you don't definitely know why you are existing on earth, you will definitely live your life with so many abuses, and at the end, lives a wasted life. Take a pause, have a reflection of your life. Do you think you know yourself? Do you think you understand where you are heading to? Do you think you are fulfilling your purpose or living a wasted life? Do your answers to these are negative? Then you need to have a rethink for you not to fall among the second category of person in the grave that doesn't know their purpose. So as a leader, the leader of today and tomorrow, you need to know your purpose. Because when you know your purpose, guess what? You can break the barrier. You can change the law. You can change the system. You don't have to adapt yourself to that system that doesn't work anymore. If you're going to be a president of a country, this is the things that you need to know. Know who you are. Know your purpose and fulfill your purpose. Aim at fulfilling your purpose and stand out and be distinguished. You can make a difference and you can make a change. You don't have to wait for anybody. You don't have to copy others. You don't have to join others or join the crowd, doing the same thing all over again. And as a leader in your organization or even where you are working, you can be a great leader, a distinguished leader. Be the pioneer. Let people walk and learn and see through you. But you need to know your purpose. So do you think you are fulfilling your purpose? Let me just give you a hint. Many years ago, I had a stroke. And then before then, I was making it. I was doing business, working hard, gaining money and everything. There's nothing bad in it. It's just that, is it alongside with your purpose? And then I had this. I wake up one morning, only to find out that my patient the patient at the right side and the left side, they've gone. So I'm the living in the midst of the dead people. And that is the time the question came to me again and said, are you really fulfilling your purpose? I said, wow, God help me. I need to fulfill my purpose on earth, because it's a waste of time to live many years on earth and not fulfilling your purpose, only to realize in the grave that you've not even touched the assignment that you are given to do as a leader. May God help us. So you will need to rethink on that. Then the third one, what would I be remembered for? Great questions. That's our legacy. When you've gone, you don't even have to die. When you move on from that organization, when you move on from that your employer, when you move on from that environment, when you leave a certain geographical location, what will people remember of you? They will say, oh, thank God he's gone. Oh, thank God we can have a peace of mind. Or they will say, oh my God, we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him. We're going to miss her. All our contributions to the society. So the third set of person in the grave are the people that don't have what they would be remembered for. We are not too young to start thinking about this. When you move to another level, what will people that you left behind be talking about you for? What are they going to be remember you for? This type of people, they live their life wasted without having what they have done that is meaningful, which they will be remembered for after they have given up. We leaders, we need to be more conscious of this question. We need to, honestly speaking, we don't do things as usual. Aim that wherever you are being positioned in, be committed to it. Take responsibility and be the pioneer of goodness. Look around. Find solution to the problems of the people and of the system and of the situation and of the environment. Don't just join the people and start doing the same thing. The only way you can be distinguished and be different is when you do something unusual. It's only when you do something that others fail to do. That makes you an effective leader. So, friends, what footprints are you going to leave behind your loved ones? What impacts are you making currently as a leader in your organization, in your society, in your networking, in your working place, even in the position that you find yourself? So what impact are you making? How many lives have you touched? You don't have to have millions before you can help. Look around people around you and make an impact, touch their lives. You can show kindness. You can show empathy. You can love them. You can share what you have. How many persons have you shown love to? Good question. Because as a leader, people are watching you. People are learning from you. People are observing you. So how many people have you loved? Because love is the greatest. What you have to love what you do. Love the people around you. Even love your enemy. Are you living a life of self-satisfaction or gratification? Are you? If so, you seriously need to think and rethink for you not to be among the third in the grave. Then finally, on the fourth one, when will you go after here? That's the final destination. That's the end result. I told somebody recently, we are all in this journey. Until we lay to the ghost, we are still in this journey. It's a journey of lives. And we have to do as much as we can do and be the best of who we are and be happy and stay connected and build relationship as a leader. Time is too short to have grudges against people, to have unforgiveness spirit. Time is too short to avoid. Time is too short to destroy. So we need to keep building and influencing others as a leader. They strive to acquire knowledge, wealth, fame, mastery. They strive to acquire power and influence. They strive for fun and satisfaction. But really, really, are we doing the right thing? Are we imparting into other people's life? Because everybody individually will give account of what they've done on earth. Everyone is the end result of our journey. And that is why we have to keep doing the right thing to get it right. It's not by our power, it's not by our might, but we have to allow the grace of God to guide us, the mercy of God to protect us, and the wisdom of God to lead us in. Very important. And the worst part of it is they never took out time to ask themselves about where they go after this life. They don't. They think the life is like that. It's not going to be ending. Do you know of tomorrow? The only person that knows of tomorrow is God. You have to keep on moving and keep on channeling yourself. Keep on doing the right thing, imparting to people's lives, changing the system. What you do matters. As a leader, are you a leader that is abusing the young girls, abusing the young boys? Are you a leader that is controlling and manipulating the lives of these young ones? Are you a leader that is imparting into their lives and empowering them, sponsoring them, supporting them? Are you the leader that is controlling the system, manipulating the system? Are you the leader that is leading your people in the right way and making sure that you have the love of people and not just love of yourself alone? Are you a leader that wants to make a change? The former President Obama, the former President of United States of America, President Obama, Barack Obama said, we are not waiting for someone else to make that change. And we are not waiting for some other time. It is now. So if you are going to do it, it's now. If you are going to make a change, it's now. Because you don't know tomorrow. So are you that leader? They neglected the most important aspect of their lives, which is being in peace with their Creator and also with their fellow ones. They never had a strong relationship with their Creator, which was the main thing. Because you don't know it all. You need to draw closer to God. They live their life without His knowledge and die wasted when they appeared before the Creator to receive a validation, thinking they will be judged by their achievement on earth. Are you a leader that is only just seeking about yourself and not seeking the welfare of others? These are the questions, 4 questions, very important. If you don't get anything on this platform today, remember these 4 questions and keep asking yourself. That's the great assignment that you will have for yourself from this lesson. For friends, you were created for a purpose to achieve great things, touch lives, make impacts, leave legacy. But amidst all this, you should be aware that there is a final destination for you. There is a time appointed where you will stand before your Maker, and every of your works, your words, your actions will be evaluated to determine your final destination. The knowledge of this will go a long way to save you. It will go a long way to save you. And the earlier the better, because you are the leader of today and tomorrow. So how you prepare yourself today will determine how you are going to rule the nation, will determine how you can handle and manage the company being entrusted in your hands, will determine even your own company, your own organization, how you are going to manage it, will determine how you will treat people, will determine how effective you want your leadership to be, will determine who you are transforming their lives. It's very important. Like I said right from the beginning, I am an inspirational and transformational teacher, a speaker, teacher, trainer. I just want you to channel your thinking. I just want you to know and prepare yourself I might not be the person to share technically about leadership and management. But then you need to prepare yourself, prepare your mind. Let's move on. I'm now going to rush so many things now. So, what is your purpose? How do you reveal or find your purpose? If you need answer to that, please contact Elizabeth Lucas. If you need answers to that, please contact Yes You Can International and let us guide you and mentor you in this area. Because once you know your purpose, every other things you want to do relates. Even if you want to develop another skills, all your skills that you develop must resonate with your purpose. Because time will go, but your purpose will stay. Because this is who you are. That's the assignment given to you. That's the problem given to you to solve. So there's hints there of how you will discover your purpose. We say donate time, money, resources, and talent and give to help others. That is voluntary jobs. The more you work for the people voluntarily, the more you'll be able to discover who you are, discover your talent, discover your gift, discover your leadership. Welcome feedbacks, comments, and critics, because sometimes we shy away with all these things. But have you known that these feedbacks and comments and critics can be the channel for your development? It might be the area to develop. Yeah, you've already discovered your weaknesses, but people around you will discover you better because they are watching you. They are seeing you. Or some of them may be out of jealousy. They might just criticize you or gives you a very negative. But then don't shy away from it. Pick it up. Nurture it. See how it will help you. See how it will work for you. Surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. Don't be afraid to start a conversation or ask questions whenever you meet the leaders. Sometimes we are being carried away with what those leaders have. Their certificates, their awards, their money. But may I shock you today that if you are after that, you cannot grow. What will make you grow is when you learn from their wisdom, their knowledge, and their experience. That's how you will get better. Even if they give you some money today, the money will run out. It's like a currency. It flows in and flows out. It never stays. But what stays is the wisdom, the experience, and also the knowledge you gathered from these leaders. Follow your heart and stand for justice. Explore your gifts, your interests, and become an adventurer and researcher. Find a problem to solve, because that is why you are here and that is your purpose. You have greatness in you. Oh, yes. And yes, you can come out from your comfort zone and do something for your life, for your future, and for others. Be the best of yourself when you discover who you are, and dream big. The state of your mindset will determine your net worth. Your net worth, your association, your friends and group you belong to. Okay, so these are the analysis for you if you want to write it down, or you can also research more how you can self-assess yourself. SWOT analysis. What are your friends? What are your strengths, your weaknesses, and the opportunities that can attract your strength? And even that your strength, everything is like a competition now. But then, how can you stand out? How can you rise above the competitors? Compete with yourself and be better. Because if you get better, others will draw closer to you. When you go to the market, everybody will sell their stuff. The way you sell, your USP, your unique selling point is what matters. That's the only thing that will attract others. So that is what you need to look for. You need to look for your strength that can attract others. And even your weakness, you need to look for ways to improve it, but don't stay too long in your weakness. So assess yourself. That's also another assignment. SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. Find your purpose is not overnight. It is lifelong and can be done one step at a time, said by Very Well Mind. Your purpose does not necessarily mean you have to change everything or change what you are doing. It might be in line with your purpose, but align it with your purpose. So everything you are doing right now as a leader, does it resonate the solution that you need, to the problem that you need to solve? Self-assessment again. You need to discover your gifts and talents, your uniqueness, your differences, and your beliefs. Like we've done this already. Okay, so let's move on. Like I said, and I will remind you as a leader, everything in life requires hard work, dedication, commitment, sacrifice, investment, honesty, integrity, and gratitude. Why? Because some of you are already a leader. Some of you have been appointed as a leader. Some of you have been entrusted to manage the organization, to manage the business, to manage the company, to manage the people, to manage the team. You were there already. You are doing it right now. But let me just remind you, it's not about position. It's not about reward. And it's not about letter of appointment. It's not about certificates. It's not about award. It's about dedication to what they entrusted you to do. How well are you dedicating yourself to it? How well are you committed to it? How well are you sacrificing your time, your investment, and even your honesty, your openness is very important. That will make you to stand out. That is what people are watching and observing in you. That is what makes you to be distinguished. That is what bring the respect and honor to you. That is what will make your words to be valuable when you present yourself into the society as an honest, hardworking, dedicated, sacrificing investors, and honest to yourself, and be grateful to everything. 5 ways to build growth. We are rounding up now. See challenges as an opportunity and obstacles for growth. Celebrate the success of others. You are not alone. While you are celebrating them, yours is working. Yours is building. You are preparing yourself. Focus on your positive action, your strength, and your thinking. Recognize failure and find ways to get better. Recognize and accept mistakes, because it's all well good to make mistakes, but you need to evaluate it, reassess it, and think about how am I going to learn from these mistakes. Remember, growth mindset is a process. Remember, growth mindset is a process. It's an ongoing motion and not a destination. Challenges, I've done that. Set a smart goals. Find a mentor. Expand your knowledge. Stay positive. Transformation should lead us to identification. So if you want to transform your leadership, you need to know your identity to start with. You need to recognize it. You need to know who you are and your purpose and your why. It's time to operate by revelation and insight. Revelation means that you come to a masterclass like this, you listen to 1 hour program, and then you reason probably 1 or 2 points strike you. That is the revelation that you need for that moment. So act on it and also develop yourself. Revelation exposes the invisible. Revelation can pass by times and seasons and revelation precedes the manifestation. Oh yes, because once you gain the knowledge and store it in your mindset, then you get a better understanding of what you've learned, what you've heard, what you've observed, and then you take action, you apply it. When you have the application or implementation is what calls the manifestation. So let's move on. I shared this yesterday about 3 R's. I hope you still remember. They respect yourself, respect others, and take responsibility of your action. I said this yesterday. I'm not going to go to it. So let me remind you again that the state of your mindset will determine how you embrace differences, connect and challenges, imperfection, diversity, and humanity. Finally, if you want to be a great leader, if you want to be an effective leader, a transformational leader, a leader that imparted into other people's lives, you need to surround yourself with like-minded people, and your association matters, because what you feed yourself on matters, and that's what you will become. So if you surround yourself with negative people, people that don't want to go anywhere, people that don't want to do anything, people that don't want to, they just want to be normal, you will become them. So that's more reason why surround yourself with like-minded people, and your association matters, and your network will determine your net worth. Finally, for today's teaching, desire to become better in life by changing your mindset, set goals, take actions, and get better. Dare to dream. Dare to dream, to change. Decide to change. Determine to change. Discipline yourself for change. Be diligent and consistent to change. Above all, develop positive habits to change. And yes, you can change the system. You can adapt to change, and you can learn new skills to distinguish yourself and also to impact into other people's lives. Thank you so much for this time of learning. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I just want to open up the question and answers time. Do you have any questions for me? I've spent almost 75 minutes to share my inspirational nuggets of wisdom. And now I really want you to respond back to what you've learned today. Before I start mentioning your names, we have 10 minutes to do this. Okay, so who will go first? Your questions are your comment. But I need your questions more, but your comment is also welcome. Okay, Lord James Godfrey Owusu, you are the first today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. I learned a lot. Yeah, want to ask one question also. Appreciate what you shared today. So many information, and anyone that want to build a future, good future, leave legacy back to their children or anyone organization need to acquire the knowledge, and mindset also is very important. That's the beginning. That's the foundation of beginning of leadership. I'm very blessed that God has brought you today and yesterday to share your knowledge with us. We appreciate it. And I'm part of the church, YCGC UK branch, Wolfenstone International Gospel Church, Wolfenstone Central. Sometimes I work in protocol team for 10 years when I came to UK and I joined because I was in Ghana, ICGC in Ghana. And when I came to UK and I joined in London, our branch in London, though I live in Oxford, so I go to church every Sunday in London because I'm committed to church activities. And sometimes we look after Papa protocol. I work in protocol team. So I used to go to church early. As if you want to be a leader, you have to commit to what you are doing as well. So sometimes some people act as a, you think, these people are not a Christian, or we need to give protocol to the pastors or any guest minister. And sometimes church member will not come church early, will come, and when you reserve the place for maybe guest minister or incoming pastor, and if the pastor be late a bit, then the person started talking. Why are you leaving this space? We will not get, if the pastor will not come early. So sometimes some certain thing you want to respond, but you think you have to build yourself with, the you put, as you are saying, you're emotionally, you have to put the emotionally aside. Sometimes if you want to focus on emotionally, you will say something that will not even be good as a Christian or as a church. So those kind of things, when they come, how do you respond? Like you are doing, that you are doing things that someone will come attack you. I want you to be lie there and be for us. So sometimes some people will come, say you are doing a good thing, you're doing better thing, you're serving people, but voluntarily, but some people who will come, they will not come early. They are Christian and you expecting them to do right thing. And they want to do things that will, accept you. So how do you respond to that? Thank you.
Question. Good question. Thank you so much, Lord James Godfrey Owusu. Thank you so much. It's a good question. Right. That is the more reason why you are here on this platform for 10 days to learn on leadership and management. Okay, that's one of the reasons why you are here. Let me say something. The reason why you are here is to make yourself better. The reason why you are here is to distinguish yourself. The reason why you are here is to set aside and do what others cannot do. That's the reason why you are doing this program. And that's the reason why you need to apply what you've read, what you've learned. You need to apply it. You cannot be afraid of people because you can't please people. First thing, number one, you can't please people. If you do good, they will complain. If you do bad, they will complain. Why don't you do what you think it is right and have your clear conscience? The second one is you cannot change people. You can only change yourself. But when you change yourself, when you develop yourself, when you make yourself better, it will influence people around you. They might not come to you to tell you that you've changed. They might not recognize that. But in one way or the other, when you keep making your standard and keep doing what you are doing, someday somebody will observe that. And you cannot compromise. The first one, you cannot please people. The second one, you cannot change people. The third one, you cannot compromise. Why did I say that? Every one of us has a personal goals, personal mission statement, personal purpose statement, personal plans. You know where you want to reach. You know where you want to go. You will know what you want to become. That's your own personal one. So you need to work towards that. And one of the things for you to work towards that is when you set your boundary. You need to raise your standard, set your boundary. You will be surprised that even those that are your leaders are watching you. They are watching the way you are responding, the way you are treating others, the way you are committed to the work you're doing, and the way you are doing it differently and special. They're watching. So that is why yours is very important. And what you do is very important. No matter how people accept it, relate to it. Then the last one, you can inspire them. That is why you are a transformational leader. That's why you are inspirational leader. You can inspire them in two ways. See the positive of them and not the negative. Shift your mindset. So when you see them doing that, instead of them looking at the negativity, make it a point to inspire them. If somebody is doing bad today, they continue to do bad, they continue to do bad. And then you are saying to them, do you know you have greatness in you? That you are above what you are doing now. You've inspired the person. And by the time you realize it, their life will be changed. You can't change them, but you can inspire and motivate them through your words and through your action. I've answered your question.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I remember one of our one of the church leaders, also come and try to park where we park the pastors. And I told him that you're not meant to park here because we reserve for pastors. So I said, no, when you promote you to a pastor, I will treat you the same protocol. He didn't understand. And he has been promoted to pastoral position. So anytime he come, I reserve space for him. And last time I called him, I said, do you remember I told you this before? So now you see, we are enjoying. So we have to give, I say, yeah, you're a wise man. That's why he said to me, you're a wise man. I say, yeah, we have to, do all these things. And some people check where I live in Oxford and go to London, church in London. Sometimes I'm going earlier, even some people living in London. So people say, hey, we have to do much better because we live in London, you live in Oxford. From take bus, if we didn't go, I didn't go with my mate, I have to take a bus 2.5 hours to London to church, and we live in London here, come to church late. No, we are guilty, we have to do something. So all those things also inspire people.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So continue the good work and
Thank
be
you.
encouraged and know that you're doing the right thing.
Amen.
You
Amen.
understand?
Thank
Because you never know who you will change with your action, who you will influence, who you will impact with your action. So it's better for you to stay in your lane and keep developing yourself and applying what you've learned,
Yeah.
your skills. I mean, this kind of program, the whole world should be here.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own skills. And if they are not here, how will they hear me?
Yeah.
How will they hear you? How will they learn? And it is what you learned that you apply. So if you don't learn, you can't apply. And that's how you become an effective leader and distinguishing yourself and standing out in the crowd. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other contribution, questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I want to commend you for all the people today. I must say I'm not happiest person to be on this platform today. I mean, I've learned.
I need to hear you clearly. I think something is going on.
Okay. So I don't know if I'm audible enough now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, man. So I was saying I really appreciate you for all the good work you're doing already, and also to say that I think I'm the most beneficial person on this platform today. I don't want to take it for granted. My question is under emotional growth, under personal development. You said something, even though it seems like you still touch it in the question my brother just asked, but I'm still concerned. You say that you can't change others, you can only change yourself. And now my question is, if we are meant to change the world and we cannot change people, we cannot change others, how do we go about this?
Good question. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Charles. Yes, I still stand on my statement that says you can change yourself and you can change others. Others need to change themselves, but you can help them by you. You understand? By your actions. That's why you're on this platform, to improve yourself. When you improve yourself and you apply what you've learned from this platform, do you know that people will keep watching you? Do you know that? People will observe you, even far from where you are. People will observe you. People will read you like they are reading book. They are seeing your action. So these are the people that you are already changing them without you condemning them, without you saying that you want to change them. You understand? Those who want to change will observe good things in people and they will learn from them. So you don't have to have that intention of changing people. No. It's just like husband and wife. You can't change the husband, you can't change the wife. You cannot even change the children because everybody are different. And we have to celebrate their differences, their different opinions, their ideas. Sometimes what other people would meant for evil can be something that you can turn it around for good. You understand? So your actions is what will change people, not what you say to them or condemn them or something. I say right from the beginning of this program, if you change yourself and change your mindset, then you will change everything around you and everyone around you. And everyone around you make up the world, the people of the world, isn't it? But in your own way, you have imparted, you've contributed to the society by changing your life, by making yourself better. For example, as we are all sitting here learning from one another, youth, you understand? There's still some set of youths out there roaming about causing problems, causing troubles. But you chose to sit on this platform and to learn. So imagine you apply whatever you've learned from this platform now. And probably you know one or two people that are just roaming around the street, causing trouble, doing unnecessary things. And they can see you. If, like for example, from Nigeria, somebody might say, oh boy, your life don't change. Oh. That means they are observing what you're doing. They say, what make you change it like this? I get me too, I won't change you. You're already doing it. You understand my point?
Very well, man.
Yeah. So you can't deliberately say you want to change them. But you can change yourself to influence. That is why you are a leader. Leaders influence others. So if you develop yourself and keep developing yourself, you will see changes. And you might not even see your changes. It might be the people out there because they are your mirror. They will tell you what you are doing good and what you are doing right or what you are doing wrong. So if you influence yourself, if you develop yourself, if you make yourself better, that's why you see all these entrepreneurs are successful. It's because every day they are developing themselves. Mention one of your footballer in Nigeria. Are you from Nigeria or from Liberia? Where are you from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay. Mention one person that you know that has successfully done well in that area. Mention one name. JJ Kocha. Okocha. Kanu. Yes, all of them. So do you think they are just sitting down drinking gari and laughing and, they develop themselves to that level. If they don't prepare themselves, if they don't make themselves better and develop themselves, they won't win. And they did up to international level. And everybody, when JJ Okocha arrived in Lagos, I'm sure all the youths will want to get closer to him. Am I right? Because he developed himself. And he's influencing others. Because he's representing Nigeria, he's representing youth, he's representing himself and his family. So that is what I'm saying, that when you develop yourself, when you know who you are and your purpose, and you develop, you don't even need to speak before people will know that you've changed. They will say, oh boy, hey, na live, oh, waiting you day, waiting be this, you don't change, okay? They follow us again. Is that not their language?
Yes, ma'am.
They say, they follow us to that thing again. Well, my life don't change, oh. And some of them are even say, oh boy, give me your secret, okay? And you'll be able to tell them your secret. Yes, you can change the world, but you can change the world in another way by changing yourself to influence others. Have I answered your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, Dr. Ambassador Omotola Shobowale. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am.
You can watch the video because I know you are just joining and we're about to round up. Any other question, please? I'm going to give you another few minutes to ask questions because this is very important. Hello, sir. Engineer
sorry, I'm
Wilfred.
coming again. I just want to ask the leadership. Someone the leader. In the Bible, you see, not everyone be a leader. They have a leader like Moses, Joseph. Some of them are leaders, and can the leadership born with? And when you hear some people, they say they can't be a leader. They are not born with a leader. So, and the leader, I want to know if leaders are born as a leader
or leaders. You know why? Because we have a purpose. We have an assignment.
Yeah.
We are all leaders. Remember, it says that before we are formed in our mother's womb, He already knows us. And He's already deposited His gifts in us. He's already anointed us. He has already set us aside. But the problem is people don't know themselves. They don't know who they are. And that is why they can say they are rubbish. They are not a leader and they don't have the gift. Everybody's got a gift if you develop it or if you discover it. It's because of lack of identity. That is why they can tell you that they are not. They are. We all have leadership in us. Probably we need somebody to help us to bring out that leadership and start developing it. Nobody is rubbish. We are unique. We are special. Let me also tell you something. Remember, during the creation, it says, let us make man in our own image. That's God talking now. In our own image. And God is God. God is a leader. And he made man in his own image. So what else do you want to know? We are all leaders. We just need to discover it. And if we can't discover it, we have to, somebody else need to help us. And that is why when we came to this world, God entrusted our parents to help us to discover ourselves. So they did everything they could do to a certain level. And then God make a system works, and that is school. For people to now go out of their way, go to school. For the teachers to also enlighten us of who we are and our purpose. God knows he has done his work perfectly in us, but we need to discover what has been deposited in us. We discover it, we develop it, and we also demonstrate it. Thank you so much. I hope I've answered your question. Okay, so we are rounding up now.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a matter of just we knowing ourselves. It's a matter of that. There are so many people doing all kinds of things outside because they are lost. They are lost in the gathering. They are lost in the crowd. And we need to help them. That's why we are leaders. That's why we're developing our leadership and management, so that we can help. This knowledge is not for you alone. You need to apply it to help others, share it, and also apply it so that they can hear from you and they can also observe you. They learn from your mind, from your speech, and they also learn from your action. That's what makes us a leader. Influential is not like more than that. You influence people with what you know, who you are, and they learn from that. It's not about what you get, it's what you give. You understand? What you get is just a recognition. Like we're talking about awards, certificates, it's a recognition. And for them to appreciate what you are doing. But really, before you get this application, before you get this certificate and awards, you need to make those things valuable by doing your part, developing yourself and impacting and touching people's life. That is where your certificates and awards will be worthy. It's all these things we read away. But how you impact into other people's lives, we go long way. That's why we can never, as an educators, as a learner, we can never forget our primary school teachers, our secondary school teachers. We cannot forget our parents, because they have imparted into us the value. So now we can do the same thing to others. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Any question? Yes, sir. Yes, ma.
Please, can I add to what you have just said?
Okay.
All right, ma. Okay, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening from every part of the country. I want to seize this opportunity to say thank you so much, Professor Queen Elizabeth. I really appreciate you, ma. Okay, when we are talking about leadership, I always tell people that leadership is not just about you being a leader. There are some criteria you need to possess. And remember that people are no longer reading books. It is you being the leader that they are watching. And they emulate your good qualities because they believe that as a leader, you must be able to do things right. And you know the problem we're having now in Nigeria is that apart from even Nigeria, we don't want to develop ourselves. Majority of us now, after this webinar, that is the end for the day. We don't want to go to extra, as in we don't want to take go extra mile in developing ourselves. Development, it matters a lot. Like what Professor has said, you have to identify yourself. Once you're able to identify yourself, then you can possess the qualities in you. There are some leaders in which when they stand in front of you and they talk, you'll be like, what's this blasphemy that they're speaking out because they don't want to be called leader. And at the same time, you will see some leader that when they speak to you, you'll be touched. You'll be touched as if you are as a something inflicted pain in you. So, and as a leader as well, don't let us to be using the word I, self. No, always learn to be submissive and at the same time carry your, as in those that are underneath you or those that are working along with you, carry them along. Some of us, if you look at our social handles, we cannot see something reasonable there. People post pictures, unnecessary things. But as a leader, what are you posting on your social handles to impact life, to influence life positively? It's not every one of us that will be a webinar, what's it called, CEO, also ever. No, but the little thing you know how to do, please do it effectively. And that's what makes you a leader. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your contribution. That is very valuable. And I also want to encourage you to join us again this evening on WhatsApp while our great teacher, Dr. Lonson Toms, will be teaching us more on practicality of a leader and a manager. So please join the WhatsApp by Dr. Ambassador Omotola this evening. And also, I'll continue with this teaching. You can see that we exit our time today because it's my passion. Mindset and personal development and relationship are my passion for every leader. So I will love you to join us again tomorrow. I think it's 11 o'clock in Nigeria also, and also 10 o'clock here in UK. And I'll be able to share with you on, now that you have developed your mindset, now that you know much about mindset. I believe you are doing your own research and know more about mindset because that's what we treated yesterday. Now that you know about your personal development and how you can develop it and how you can build yourself up, how you can discover your purpose, how you can also present yourself worthy and stand out for what you believe. We've done that today. Now tomorrow, let me just surprise you. I'll let you know what my next lesson will be, or my topic will be tomorrow on the chat box on WhatsApp. So I want to encourage every one of you, please join us this evening on the WhatsApp. If you don't have the link, I think Ambassador has already posted it on the group chat, on this chat box. So please join and let us learn together, because the more we learn, the more we store the more information or the right information into our mindset. And mindset is everything. If we can build our mindset, change our mindset, renew our mindset, transform our mindset, grow our mindset, and also develop ourselves, I wonder what it will be the next stage. To know the next stage, that will be a surprise for you. Prepare your mind, open up, and willing to learn and to listen attentively and get better understanding and apply wisdom as we join together tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been looking on the platform. It looks like the internet has not been well with Dr. Lonson, the founder of Prestige Cosa consulting firm. I don't see him on the platform, or can you see him? If you see him, please let me know. But I can't see him on the platform. So I believe it's the connectivity. But meanwhile, we won't waste our time. It's already 12 o'clock here in UK. And I believe it is 1 o'clock as well in Nigeria and other places. So let's see you tomorrow, or let's see you this evening. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Tomorrow is also another day. We see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you,
wonderful day.
man.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
bye,
much.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.